Hey guys, Hell's First here, back with another Corepunk video. And today we're going to talk about the chat that the developers had on the Discord just a few days ago. Now, Illumio and Dragom have been kind enough to completely put every one of their answers into an easy to read page. So we're going to start with the American side, the US side, okay? So, Pishak said, Dragom, regarding your question, the point is we are not trying to reinvent any new mechanics. Basically, what we do is combine old, good, and fun mechanics in a new way. But to balance them, we will need the closed beta test data for sure. Then we're finalizing parts of the game, and as soon as we see that something looks polished enough, we'll post a video about it. We wanted to start sharing videos earlier, but still need some work to do on them. I think we'll start sharing videos in June. Now, this is exciting because we all want to see some new content. So, June, right around the corner. By the way, we are thinking about PvP and PvE dedicated servers on release. What do you think? I am not a fan of this, and neither is 20 people who downvoted his entire deal. Because if they do that, it takes away what the game is going after. The wolves versus the sheep. If you have a server with just sheep, you never get to truly just ruin their day, which is some of the most fun in the game, if you ask me. Then he said, we still have not decided yet, but we wanted to know what you guys think. So hopefully we don't even have to worry about that, right? Then he said, CBT1 is most likely to test all the features working together. 10,000 players will test whether servers are scaling right. Basically, having 10K or 1 million is very similar from scaling perspective. Basically, most of the work is on a back-end scaling, client optimization, and quality of animations and interactions. Animations is the thing why we're not showing videos right now. We want to bring it to a new level of quality and show you the way we want them to be. So, tripping over my words there a little bit because the text is getting tiny and small, and I'm old. So, by PvE servers, I mean no free open world PvP, but you will still have all access to cross-realm arenas and battlegrounds. But CBT for sure will be only PvP as it is for now. And we will see open world PvP activity and make our adjustments to the karma system. They can't have a PvP server, or a PvE server, They can't. It's going to ruin so much. So much. Then we're thinking about adding Korean servers, but not sure whether we'll finish localization in time. As to the Oceania, on launch shore for CBT1, probably not. We weren't clear in the video about localization for CBT1. Our goal is to have English, Portuguese, French, and Russian with German, Spanish, and Korean planned for the CBT2 or 3. Now, I like this because CBT2 or 3 is being mentioned, meaning we're going to have 2 more before December. So if it's August, then maybe the end of September, and then the beginning of November. That'd be my guess. For CBT1, Europe region servers will be only in Amsterdam. Only US is getting 2 locations because ping between coasts is so noticeable. I don't really notice it, but I guess some people do. I'm in the middle of the country too as well, out here in Colorado. So to me, east-west doesn't matter. I know my guild's going to be playing on the East Coast. That way, if anybody from Europe that wants to be in the guild has a better chance of having a low ping to come play with us. Then what do you think about one character being able to have all professions? That's a definite no. Nobody wants that. Why? No. And we're working with Multiplay closely to have a really smooth beta. They have access to servers all over the world, so eventually it won't be an issue to start a server anywhere with enough people to play and high ping. But we'll see. Our goal is to test 4 regions on scale, and we'll go from there. I like that. They're working for it. Then they said to Devalin, my good buddy, we think it will be a complete game, but we won't be able to fit all the content we have on release, so there'll probably be some add-ons in 2022. To be expected. If it's an MMO, they're not going to get it all out on day one. They can't. You can't expect them to, but hopefully they get it out before we run out of things to do. Hopefully and by that I mean real content, not I'm repeating the same dungeon for the 3,000th time, before that, hopefully. I just wanted to know your opinion. We're not changing anything, he says. And then he goes, Eugene says, we just wanted to finish beta and show it to you as soon as possible. New World is an interesting game, but very different. And so this was, someone asked about the date being close to New World, just to see if they were worried about having the closed beta and New World right around the same time. They're not. New World, they kind of ruined it, if you asked me. So Corepunk's just going to blow it away. It doesn't matter. Site update is coming probably near June. Along with new and much improved forum, site will mostly be the same, but the platform is much more flexible this time. It's nice. That's how it works in Corepunk. We don't have low-level resources. All resources are needed at all levels, and that's about gathering materials and such. By the way, it's a good question. What do you guys think of role-playing servers? We have chat bubbles. So everybody was excited for that because they want to roleplay. I don't really care. I could care less about role-playing. I'd rather just have a good old-fashioned murder. But if I'm role-playing, I'm going to be known as a murderer who just fucks everybody up for fun. Then we got Pishak here. Sure, we will show more gameplay videos about mechanics, but we also want players to learn a lot in the game themselves. Don't want to spoil it too much before the beta. And I like that. A little bit of mystery makes it that much more fun. Kicked players will teleport it out of a dungeon after 1 minute, which in the last Q&A they said that when you kick someone from the party in a dungeon, it does not kick them out. But they didn't specify if this would happen, so it's nice that they did. Then Illumio, who made this for us. In Corepunk, you don't have to repair artifacts and weapons, but you will have to spend some money buying from NPC must-have consumables. So the consumables like potions and mana potions, health potions, I'm sure resurrect potions maybe, resurrect scrolls. There's going to be a bunch. I'm sure it's going to be needed. We have 3v3 arenas. This was mistakenly not mentioned in the Q&A. That'll be fun. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people that just hang out in that and do nothing else. And then when talking about potential karma system exploits to use low-level alts to force turn people into criminals, he said, yes, we study all user cases and low-level players running and high-level players are one of them. Our karma system intended to protect low-level players, not give them abusive mechanics. So they won't be able to do that in high-level locations. That is cool. They previously talked about how no areas will be gear score blocked, but this is also saying there'll be some level blocked areas. So then we got, for movement and responsiveness, we are aiming something between League of Legends and DOTA. Pure League of Legends pace might be a little bit too much for an MMORPG game style, but we're still testing the phase. I don't think it would be too hard for them to do, but we're going to see. Then, we know the majority of active members of our community from day one. Also, we are going to invite a lot of people from Discord, so I think all will be good. Then he answered my question, which I've posed for quite some time. And that question was, can you use Bind On, pick up materials to trade through the crafting window so that you don't have to level up that profession if you got those items out of a raid? And they confirmed, when placing an order for a crafted item, the materials are always provided by the customer. Also, when placing an order, the customer can use Bind On pickup items needed for crafting. That made me so happy. I am so excited for that. It was incredible. So this has been the US side of the answers. So now we move on to the Russian side. Collected and translated the statements. Dragom did this for us, so thank him. We don't want to show off the game for now. It doesn't look good enough to showcase it. A lot of systems are ready but require polish, and even though it looks pretty good altogether, we can do much better. I like that. We're working on animations and particles a lot right now. Want for them to be top notch. So some of this is going to be a little weird to read because it's been translated. Some words are going to, the grammar is going to be a little off. In general, we focus on one thing that we want to showcase. We're trying to create the core elements so that the demonstration wouldn't require specific polishing. We really want to show you quality content only. We work on animation improvement in general across the game. If we manage to do as we thought we would, the qualify of all the animations will go up. Okay, I'm happy to see it all when it's completely polished. That'll be cool. The UI is in the works right now. I won't tell you what we're changing, but we're changing a lot. This could be good or bad, because the UI right now is very beautiful. From what we've seen. I mean, we've barely seen shit, but it does look good. We haven't included the artifact merging mechanic into the game yet, but we might introduce something like that for a crafting profession in the future. No plans for that yet. Now, that would be cool, being able to merge some stuff together to make a power piece that requires the crafter to have a couple different recipes to put it together as one. That could make for some crazy stuff. That was one of the best ideas for players to be able to have all the professions and progresses they want, since the game leans towards rare top recipes. Yeah, no. Once again, no, we do not want that. The current build of the game, 15 gigabytes. That's not that big. Super simple for anybody to run. It also means it's going to be very easy to stream, and any computer is likely going to be able to run it, which is nice. There will be small settlements for players with bad karma, where only the basic services will be available to them. We don't want to encourage criminal gameplay. Well, we're going to figure that out, aren't we? 15 gigabytes, including the fact that a lot of the files are compressed and unpacked during download. Otherwise, the build would have been much bigger. We're actually planning to get into guild content a bit more after release, including guild war and territory control. It's hard to say what game we take as inspiration here, since we don't want to have a Zerg meta and Corepunk. The majority of the project boiled down to mass PvP exactly to that mat. But we also want there to be active confrontations between guilds. We'll be aiming for somewhere in the middle. And I hope they do. Since you can go to war unilaterally, I think it'll be fun to just have your guild running around the open world and you see 2 or 3 people from the other one. It'll be like real life. I mean, if you're in a gang and another gang sees you and they got a bunch of people and it's just you and your buddy, you're gonna fucking run or you're gonna die. I want it to be like that. That's my hopes. Maybe I'm on my own here, but that's my hopes. Then we've got, during character creation, there's a group discussion of basic interesting mechanics that we want to see in the game. Generally, an immense amount of mechanics exist on the market and in one way or the other already. A lot of them are classic, and we must have those. Some of them come from experience, but there are exclusive ideas in there too. Of course. We're optimizing the game for old rigs. Baseline for now is a 970 GTX, and it runs well on my portable 980M. But we haven't been able to do some of the optimization yet. When working with Unity, they proposed a lot of interesting improvements. A question asked... I can't talk tonight, guys. A question asking to post at least some stuff about the lore to break up the silence. We're thinking about that a lot. There's a lot of interesting lore here, but we don't want to simply post a wall of text. It's cool to have illustrations and whatnot, but that can become a distraction. Maybe we'll post more about lore when the site rework. At least some of it. Yeah, I don't want to know all of it. Some people want to know all of it. I don't want to know all of it. I want to experience it myself instead of just somebody being like, this is everything that's going to be in the game. Now you got nothing to look forward to. Not doing that, right? So, videos distract us as well. Even just for a day, but still. There were dev diaries and a lot of other videos in the works. We might renew that. It will be easier to film gameplay closer to launch. You turn it on, you run around, you film it, but right now you can see that some stuff is not finished here. Something pops up here. It's just not fun. Maybe we'll do something about the dev team, but that's a bit distracting as well, and people are asking for more videos on the game, which we're working on. And I'm glad they're doing that, because it wouldn't be fun to see a video of them running around and then a tree pop up out of the ground out of nowhere and then disappear, or it starts clipping on the right side, or an animal like backtracks 8 feet then comes back forward. They don't want us to see that. And I'm really happy that they're optimizing it for old rigs, right? Like a 970 GTX. What is that, 46 years old? And then cats are already in the game. Okay. Regarding the class he'd like to play in release, Eugene said, "Oh, I like the sniper gameplay. Even though I like how orcs look a bit more, but I'm trying to go for different ones on test." Sniper does look amazing. I got a couple guys in my guild. They're going to play it, but I really want to play it. But I'm going to play the Infiltrator. Turpaholic and Dragula, they're going to be playing the Snipe. We're fully focused on the beta right now. It will be easier in terms of content around midsummer, so we'll renew that then. And then regarding portraits on the wall in the video and whether it's an Easter egg, he said, oh, these are just the idols. We'll have some Easter eggs in the beta. It's always fun when someone finds them. Very cool kind of interaction. That's awesome. I am excited for that. I want to find them. I'm going to look for them all. And then regarding lack of coverage in the game and media, YouTube, etc., it will all change after the beta, which is when this game is really going to blow up. But I think they're trying to keep it this small, close-knit community. I mean, I know all you guys. You know me. This is we're together in this. We want this game. We want to play it. It's going to do everything we want it to do. Hopefully, right? But we're all in this together. And here he says again, CBT1, 25th through the 28th, which is confirmed, and hopefully it sticks to that date, but I think it will because he's really, really excited about that. And then, of course, it's going to reset. Someone asked if the character's going to wipe after the beta. You're just being a moron if you think you're going to be able to keep everything through it. It's not going to happen. So, that is the questions and answers from the devs, from the chat they had the other day on Discord. So in case you missed it, or if you didn't even know it was happening, you're just looking at my videos on YouTube, you need to come hang out on the Discord, the Corepunk official Discord, because there's a lot of information there. There's a lot of people that can answer tons of questions for you. You need to come hang out on my guild Discord for the Legions of Darkness so that you can see all the information we have. We have a full library compiled of every ounce of information in the game, and then of course my videos. Or if you don't want to do any of that, just subscribe to me and you won't miss a thing because I'm going to show you all of it. So as always, I'm Hell's First, and until next time, ta-ta.